In the vast golden savanna where the grass moved like ocean waves under the endless sky, there lived a young zebra named Zuri, known by every creature not for her kindness, not for her courage, but for the perfection of her black and white stripes that shimmered like living light under the sun. And although others dreamed of being as beautiful as she was, Zuri secretly dreamed of being invisible. For wherever she went, the eyes of the world followed, whispering, staring, judging, admiring, and trapping her inside a beauty she never asked for. And one night beneath a sky heavy with storm clouds and restless when she stood alone beside the river, gazing at her reflection shaking in the dark water, and with a trembling voice she whispered a wish she had never dared to speak before, that she only wanted one day without being seen, one day without stripes, one day to be no one at all. And as if the sky itself had heard her, lightning tore through the darkness and struck the river in a blinding roar of white fire. The wind screamed, the earth shook, and Zuri fell into darkness. And when morning arrived quietly on silver wings, she woke to bird song and soft sunlight and stepped toward the river with fear tightening her chest. And when she looked down, she did not recognize the zebra in the water, for the stripes were gone, her body smooth and pale like moonlight, and panic tore from her throat as she ran back to the herd only to be met with gasps, fear, and confusion, for no one believed she was Zuri, not even Milo, her closest friend, who stepped back as if she were a stranger. And though she cried out every memory they had ever shared, the leader of the herd could not risk danger and ordered her to leave. And with her heart breaking into pieces with every step, she walked away alone into a world that suddenly felt too wide and too empty. And for days she wandered beneath the burning sun and freezing stars, hiding from predators, trembling with hunger, her loneliness growing heavier than her fear, until one night beneath an ancient tree she whispered that maybe her stripes had truly been the only thing that ever made her matter. And from the darkness a soft voice replied that stripes never decide a soul. And before her appeared an old owl named Cora, whose eyes held the weight of forgotten worlds. And after hearing Zuri's story, the owl told her that only by saving others without expecting to be seen would she discover who she truly was. And though exhausted and hopeless, Zuri obeyed. And not long after, she found a young elephant sinking helplessly into deep mud while others fled in fear. And though her legs shook with weakness, she pushed again and again until with one final cry the elephant broke free and wept with gratitude. And something new stirred inside Zuri's chest, warm and alive. And days later she heard screams from the cliff where a monkey's baby had fallen into a ravine. And despite bleeding hooves and trembling limbs, she climbed down into the shadows and carried the tiny life back into the light. And the forest echoed with thankful voices, yet still her body remained pale. And on the third night, when hope felt fragile as she faced her greatest terror, a wounded lion lying beneath the moon with pain burning in its golden eyes. And though fear screamed at her to run, she stepped forward and pulled the thorn from its paw. And instead of death she was met with silence, respect, and protection. And as the wind rose around her and the stars seemed to lean closer, black lines slowly returned across her body, not as they once were but glowing with silver light. And when Cora appeared once more and told her the truth that courage, kindness, and selflessness had called her stripes back, Zuri understood that beauty was never her purpose. And when she returned to the herd, the zebras no longer stared in shallow wonder but listened in silence as she told of fear, rejection, pain, and the strength found in helping others when no one was watching. And that day the savannah learned that identity is not written on the body, but forged in the heart. And from that moment on, Zuri was no longer remembered as the most beautiful zebra, but as the one who lost everything and discovered who she truly was when no one could see her at all.